and welcome to this little video that I've called Castaway, which is a look at the guest cast for this series of Doctor Who. Now Doctor Who released a little video, coming soon video, which I'm going to be playing through and pausing as we go. So if I just get the screen recording, 3, 2, 1, let's begin. I am also very excited, Jodie Whittaker. So first up we have Mark Addy, and I've actually already googled him because this is the second time I've tried this. So what might you know Mark Addy from? Well, he's in Game of Thrones. Interesting. He's in Game of Thrones. I'm not sure who he is in Game of Thrones because I don't watch Game of Thrones, but he looks like he was possibly one of the kings from the north. That sounds about right. But what I know him from is Atlantis, that BBC show that was not great. But he played Hercules in that. So that's that one. Let's move on to the next. How the hell do you pronounce that? Julie Hesmond. Okay. I'm going to have to copy this word for word. So, Julie H. Her face is recognisable. Hesmond. Oh, is that how you pronounce her name? Yeah. So she is from Coronation Street. I thought I recognised her. She played Hayley Cropper between 1998 and 2014. So that's her. And she's going to appear in an episode at some point with another guest cast member who I'll get onto in a minute. But next. Pause. Right, okay. Shane Zaza. Cool name. What might we have seen Shane Zaza in? Possibly not a lot. It's not a name that rings a bell, and it's not a face that rings a bell. But apparently he was in Happy Valley. He was in a show called Press this year. He was in Black Mirror, apparently. He was in The Mummy as a technician in 2017. Happy Valley of Series 2, and probably Series 1 as well, as Shafiq Shah. Spooks the Greater Good. He has quite an interesting filmography, if I'm honest. He's had a couple of appearances in Doctors, that lunchtime soap. And he was in the TV series Spooks as well. He's been in The Bill, he's been in Casualty. He was in a TARDIS-ode. He's already appeared in Doctor Who. What? In the prelude to Army of Ghosts. So, very interesting filmography is Shane Zaza. Next. Shobna Gulati. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I guarantee I'm butchering names as we go through this. But let's have a look. Her. So, Dinner Ladies, apparently. Soap Star Superstar, Junk Hearts, Coronation Street, she's appeared in. But yeah, she's a soap star. And she appeared in Coronation Street. So that's 2 so far from Coronation Street. Interesting. Now, Sean Dooley is a name that rings a bell, possibly because I've seen it floating about for ages in relation to the upcoming episode of Doctor Who. I believe he's in tonight's episode, but let's see what he has been in. Sean Dooley. Woman in Black. Misfits, apparently. Let's see what else on IMDb. No, I recognise him dressed like that. So he's already been in Doctor Who as well. He was in Pond Life as Russ Buckfield, whoever that is. He appeared in SES Who Dares Wins, in the TV series Gunpowder, DCI Banks, which I think is probably what I recognise him from. No, what I recognise him from is Broadchurch. He was in Broadchurch. And of course he was, because everybody in this series is from Broadchurch. Yes, so that's him done. Chris Chibnall hiring literally anybody he's previously worked with. Okay, Brett Goldstein. He has a face I recognise. I'm not sure if I recognise his name. But let's have a look, shall we? So, he's appeared in Derek. He's appeared in Uncle, which is what I recognise him from. He played the bassist in Uncle, if I am correct. Off the Record he was in. But yes, Uncle, great show. Let's just check that. I think I'm right in thinking that he played the bassist, yeah. I think he did play the bassist in Uncle. Yeah, Casper. Cool, so that's him. Josh Bowman, he looks trendy as all hell. So let's have a look at Josh Bowman. He has a name and a face I recognise, but I don't know what from. What do I recognise along here? Nothing. Well, that's strange. So, what's he been in? He's been in... IMDb. Source of all knowledge. A show called Time After Time. Show called Revenge. Holby City he's appeared in as Scott James. No, he must just have one of those faces, I guess. So that's Josh Bowman. How far in are we? Oh, only 20 seconds. Okay, let's carry on. Now, Siobhan Finneran? Her. She looks familiar, but I think she looks like in the next Doctor, that episode with the Cybermen in Victorian London. She looks sort of similar to Miss Hartigan, or Mercy Hartigan, or whatever her name was. Was it Miss Hartigan? I can't remember. So another Happy Valley member, which is interesting. She's worked on Downton Abbey. She's worked on loads. Her filmography is big. But yeah, those are probably the main two that you might recognise her from. So let's just see what she's... What? Why Right Mom? Look out for Right Mom when she turns up. I get the feeling that she's going to feature in an episode that's been predicted to be called The Witch Hunters or something like that. But I think that's going to be a period piece featuring her, which will be interesting. She's of Irish descent, which is interesting as well. She's also been in Benidorm. I don't watch any of these shows, so there. But Lee Mack, I don't need to Google who Lee Mack is. Comedian Lee Mack, writer and star of Not Going Out. very funny. Had already teased that he's asked us for a very small part. So I'm hoping he has a big part because Lee Mack is great. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in this series. Moving on, that was an easy one to do. Lois Chimimba. Chimimba? She has very interesting face paint. No, I've spelled that wrong already. Talk amongst yourselves. This is a long video, isn't it? Right, let's have a look. What has she been in? What might I recognise her from? So, she was in Trust Me alongside Jodie Whittaker, which is probably why she's here. She's also been in Holby City, and she's appeared as Tiger Lily and slightly in the National Theatre Live of Peter Pan, which is very interesting. Moving on. Susan Lynch is a name I recognise. Why do I recognise it? What do I know her from? Probably nothing. She was in Ready Player One. Gosh. Okay. Happy Valley again. Yet another person who's been in Happy Valley, but anyone who's been in Happy Valley. She's been in Miss Marple, but again, anyone who's been in Miss Marple. The episode The Pale Horse, alongside Julia Mackenzie. Great Expectations, Ambassadors alongside Mitchell and Webb. She's been in loads. She's been in absolutely loads. But probably most recognisable in... I don't know. But anyway, there's some things she's been in. So yes, Ready Player One. Big movie actress. Hamza G. Toa. What are you in? Probably not a lot by the look of things. He looks like a relatively new actor. Then again, he might not be. Oh, he's been in loads as well. Gosh. So, Our Girl, Doctors, Silent Witness, Babylon, what? The Thick of It, Being Human, Luther. So, some good TV shows he's been in. So, not at all what Google suggests, which is very little at all. I suppose they list the major things that he's been in, whereas IMDb lists literally everything. Next up we have Art Malik. Now, Art Malik is a name and a face I recognise, but what's he been in? Well, he has been in The Living Daylights, along with Timothy Dalton as James Bond. He has been in John Carter. He's been in Sex and the City 2. These are all things I've not watched. What else might I recognise him from? I don't know. Let's have a look on IMDb, because that will probably... He has been in absolutely loads. In fact, I'm pretty sure he was in Sherlock last series. Pretty sure. So, it's already got him listed to be in the next episode, The Ghost Monument, tonight, as a character called Ilin. Very interesting. Yes, he was in Sherlock as the prison governor in The Final Problem. He's been in Cold Feet. He's been in New Tricks, Upstairs, Downstairs, the TV miniseries The Nativity, Ben-Hur. His filmography just goes on and on and on. He is such a good actor. He was fantastic in Sherlock. Suzanne Packer. is another name I think I recognise. So let's have a look. I think she has been in Casualty or Holby City. Both. She's been in both. Okay, fair enough. I mean, they are connected film-wise. Keeping Faith. She was in Vera. God help us. Casualty, Doctors, Holby City. Casualty at Holby City. She was in The Bill. She has been in Grange Hill. So yeah, again, a lot of things that she's been in. Another well done. Well done, that's the wrong words. Well known, I think is probably better. Vinette Robinson, we know, is going to be playing Rosa Parks in episode 3 of this series. Let's see what else she's been in. So, she's been in Waterloo Road. She's been in Sherlock. In fact, yes, I know she's been in Sherlock. She plays... I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name. Why can I not remember her name? Let's have a look. Sergeant Sally Donovan. Yes, that's it. So yeah, she's Donovan in Sherlock. So yeah, another great actress. And another actress who's been in Sherlock to come on the series alongside Mark Gatiss, obviously. But also Rupert Graves and others. So, moving on. I instantly recognise her face now. I know who she is. Amita Suman. Let's have a look. IMDb once again. Casualty a couple of times, but not really a lot. Ackley Bridge and Daughter. Those were the only three things listed for her. So she's relatively new to the game, but Doctor Who on the third hit is pretty good. Now, I didn't recognise the name immediately of this next one, but Ben Bailey Smith is the real name of Doc Brown, the rapper comedian. He is great. So he's been in David Brent Life on the Road. He's been in Derek. He's been in Strange Hill High, if you're a fan of CBBC. 4 O'Clock Club, if you're a fan of CBBC. But yeah, all you got to look is Doc Brown, and he's been in Law and Order, London, Bounty Hunters, Ratburger, interesting. Brief Encounters, Murder and Successful, where he played Lewis Hamilton. That's hilarious. Yeah, he's been in loads. Yeah, I can't really say much more about him. It's Doc Brown, but that's pretty cool. Moving on. I wonder if he's going to appear tonight. Phyllis Logan. Now, I think she has been, before I even look, I think she's been in, what's it called? Foyle's War. In the latter series. But we'll have a look. See if I recognise her from that. So she's been in Downton Abbey. What else am I likely to recognise her from? Midsummer Murders. I'm not fussed with Midsummer Murders. That keeps happening. Maybe she isn't who I think she is, but she plays Mrs. Hughes in Downton Abbey. She's been in Vera. because of course she has. God help us. Touch of Frost, Silent Witness. She was in Nativity with Martin Freeman, which is cool, as Mrs. Law. She's been in The Royal, she's been in New Tricks, Spooks. Lots of things. Poirot. The Inspector Lynley Mysteries. Just been in a lot. Holby City, because everybody's in Holby City by the look of things. Lovejoy, really? Okay. I can't see. No, I don't think she is the person I was thinking of, but there we are. Next. Alan Cumming is a name and a face I recognise, but what has he been in? I seem to be repeating that. It's become my catchphrase. He has a really long filmography, and in fact, yes, okay, I know exactly who this is. He was in the first Spy Kids film as the guy who was running the show with all the weird hand creatures that had the guy from Monkin. He's been in Smurfs. He's got his own show called Instinct. He was in X-Men 2. Was he? Who did he play in X2? Seriously, who did he play? Nightcrawler! Look at that! I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay. Alan Cumming, though. Very, very, very famous actor. I believe he's going to be playing James the First, which will be excellent, and I believe that's going to be in the witch hunting episode as well. But there we are. That is Alan Cumming. He's possibly the one I'm most looking forward to, alongside Lee Mack and Doc Brown, because he is just so excellent. Chris Noth looks sinister. I don't know why. What's he been in? Don't know whether I recognise him or not. Here's our last one, though. He's been in Sex and the City and Sex and the City 2. I don't know whether that's a plus or a minus, but there we are. So, I don't want a photo gallery. I really don't want a photo gallery of him. Thanks. Chris Noth, here we go. So, anything I would recognise him from. The Good Wife I wouldn't recognise him from, but he's been in it. Titanic, Blood and Steel sounds lovely. Law and Order, Criminal Intent. He was in the film Tooth Fairy. No, it wasn't. It was in Tooth Fairy short video thing. Oh well. Mr. Big in Sex and the City, and probably Sex and the City 2. I can't imagine he'd change character. Law and Order, there's Mike Logan. But yes, quite a lot there. So, a very varied cast. It's going to be a good series, I think. I'm looking forward to tonight's episode. Review will come soon after. Sorry it was so late this week and came out this morning. But hey-ho. That'll do. So thanks for watching. And I think I'm going to do a bonus video for each week. So it'll go review and bonus. Because this week I want to talk about the new title sequence, which we'll get to see tonight, which is going to be the most exciting. So yes, very much looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time for something else.